Chosen one, stop what you're doing right now. I need you to be completely still for the next few minutes. Put down everything. Close out the noise. Quiet the voice in your head that is already trying to pull you away from this moment. Because what is about to be spoken over your life is not something heaven has released carelessly. This message was held back. It was sealed, protected, and preserved for the exact second you are living in right now. Not a day before, not a moment too soon. This is your moment, and heaven has been counting down to it since before you drew your first breath. Understand something clearly. This is not a message for the casual reader. This is not for a person who stumbled here by accident, who is half paying attention, who is waiting to be mildly entertained and then move on. No, this word was sent for the ones who have been through something real, for the ones whose faith has been tested in the dark when no one was watching, for the ones who kept praying even when the ceiling felt like stone, for the ones who kept showing up, kept trusting, kept holding on even when every single sign around them was screaming to give up. If that is you, then heaven is saying your name right now. And I need you to hear what God has been waiting to tell you. There are things the Lord could not speak to you in your earlier seasons. Not because he did not love you, not because he had forgotten you or left you behind, but because the word he was carrying for you was too heavy, too rich, too powerful for where you were. A seed cannot carry the weight of fruit. It has not yet grown to produce. You had to go through the breaking. You had to sit in the silence. You had to endure the years that felt empty, the seasons that felt cruel, the relationships that ended, the doors that slammed, the dreams that seemed to dissolve right in your hands. That was not rejection. That was refinement. Heaven was not punishing you. Heaven was building you into something the world has never seen before. Think of Joseph. When God gave that young man his dreams, he did not sit him on a throne the next morning. He allowed him to be stripped, thrown into a pit, sold by the very brothers who should have protected him, falsely accused, imprisoned, and forgotten. Years passed, silence stretched, and yet not one detail of God's plan was delayed by a single day. Every betrayal was a corridor. Every prison was a classroom. Every year of silence was a year of invisible growth. And when Joseph finally stood before Pharaoh, he was not the boy who had the dream. He was the man the dream required. You have been becoming that person. You are standing at your Pharaoh moment right now. Everything you have carried, I need you to hear this carefully. Every night you cried and could not explain why. Every prayer that seemed to dissolve into the air unanswered. Every season where you felt invisible, overlooked, passed over by people who could not see what was inside you. Every relationship that walked away. Every opportunity that collapsed just before it reached your hands. None of it was random. None of it was punishment. None of it was God looking away. It was God looking closer than he ever had before, shaping you, pressing you, forming your character in the places where your strength alone could not reach. You were never fighting just to survive. You were being sculpted into your calling. The enemy understood your assignment before you did. That is why the warfare against your life has been so specific, so relentless, so personal. Ordinary people do not attract extraordinary opposition. He does not waste his energy on those who pose no threat. But you have been a target since the beginning, because your destiny carries a weight that frightens the darkness. He tried to break you early. He tried to bury you under grief, under shame, under confusion, under delay. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing. That is not willpower. That is divine preservation. God held you together through seasons that should have destroyed you because he had not finished writing your story. And now heaven is speaking. The shift you've been sensing, that restlessness in your spirit, that feeling that something is about to change, that inexplicable pull towards something greater, that is not your imagination. That is the voice of God whispering to your soul that the season has turned. The warfare you have felt intensifying lately is not a sign that you are losing. It is a sign that you are close. The enemy always fights hardest at the edge of breakthrough. The resistance you feel is the final push before the door swings open. Heaven waited until you made it through the hardest part. And now the Father is saying it is time. Your clarity is coming. Not the kind that trickles in slowly, but the kind that arrives like dawn breaking all at once, flooding every dark corner you've been navigating by feel. Your purpose is coming into full view. The gifts inside you that felt scattered and uncertain are about to sharpen into something precise and undeniable. The right people are being drawn into your orbit. Divine connections are replacing the draining ones. Doors are being unlocked that no human hand can shut again. The blessings that were held in reserve while you were being prepared are now being released into your timeline. Your favor is becoming visible. Your breakthrough is not somewhere in the far distance. It is on the threshold. This is not a motivational speech. This is a word. There is a difference. Motivation inspires the mind, but a word from God shifts the atmosphere around your life. And this is a word. You are stepping into the season where what was hidden is now revealed, where what was delayed is now released, where what was blocked is now cleared. The old chapter is closed. The ink is dry on everything that was meant to remain behind you. What is ahead of you now is a fulfillment of what you always knew deep in your spirit was coming. That knowing was not wishful thinking. It was prophecy living inside your bones. So if you feel something right now as you receive these words, a warmth in your chest, a settling in your spirit, a quiet but certain confirmation rising up from somewhere deep in your thoughts, that is not coincidence. That is your spirit recognizing truth it has always carried. You were never forgotten. You were never too broken to be used. You were never too far gone for God to find. You were positioned, carefully, deliberately, lovingly positioned for this exact moment. And now everything that was written for you before time began is beginning to unfold in real time. Chosen one, pause right now and declare out loud. Say it with faith and say it with the full weight of everything you have survived. I am ready for what God is revealing in my life. Say it like you mean it, because you do. Drop it in the comments so this word can find every other chosen one who needs to receive it today. If this message has touched your spirit, share it, like it, and make sure you're subscribed, because heaven is not finished speaking, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. And if this word has blessed you today, if something shifted in you as you received it, I want to give you a way to sow into what God is doing through this ministry. Your seed is not just a gift. It is a declaration that you believe in the harvest that is coming. Every act of generosity you plant in faith comes back to you multiplied in the season you are now entering. Scan the link below and give whatever is on your heart. Thank you, beloved. You are seen, you are known, and heaven is just getting started.